Hello and you're very welcome to this week's Horse Racing Ireland 5 to Follow. So we have mouth-watering action this weekend, 2 days at Leopardstown featuring no less than 4 graded races, and of course the highlights on Sunday, the BHB Irish Champion Hurdle and of course the Frank Ward Solicitors Arkle Chase. So looking at last week, Murph, a winner and a couple of places, not too bad.
Yeah, I see Rule the World won very well at Naas, alright, Miriam, and now books his place in the World Hurdle at Cheltenham, and you know they had a couple of play starts as well. Lots of good action this weekend, as you said, so hopefully we can do a bit better. And you're going to start us off with the very first race at Leopardstown on Saturday. Yeah,
it's the 105, it's the leopardstown.com Mares Maiden Hurdle over 2 miles. My selection this is the Daniel Murphy trained Why Not Thistle. I have only her second racecourse appearance, ran very well in her first. She was 4th behind Railway Zero about 2 weeks ago in Punchestown. Now that race looked like quite a decent event. The horse that was second in it, Dante's Firth, actually went on to run very well in the Salarina Mares Hurdle last week. So I think she has a great chance. Incidentally, she's actually Irish Thistle who runs in the Arkle. She's Irish Thistle's sister.
Obviously a big chance there, Miriam. So hopefully, and it is a feature of the day tomorrow. There's plenty of runners in a lot of the races, and of course the big one is the one I'm going to go for in the next race, the boylesports.com hurdle at 3:25. Big field here, 24 runners, and while I don't like tipping favourites in big handicap hurdles, I find it very hard to get away from Quick Jack from the Tony Martin yard. Very improved horse. He's around 4-1, 9-2 at the moment. He won well at Cheltenham last time. I noticed before that on the flat actually, he won at Navan and then finished second in November handicap. Paul Carby takes the mount off just 9 stone 12, and he really makes an awful lot of appeal. I think even with the big field, he's got an outstanding chance. Obviously plenty of dangers. The likes of Sea Light from Charles Bourne has won his last 2. He won 2 races at Leopardstown over Christmas, so he's going to have a big chance with David Casey on board. Of the longer price ones, I like the look of Princeton Plains. I think around 16-1, 20-1, he could run very well each way. Diplomat for Dermot Well is an interesting one with Kevin Sexton on board, and then the likes of Leah Clare and even the English Raider Nicky Henderson, Snake Eyes, would have to come into the reckoning. So wide open race, but I do think Quick Jack is going to take a bit of beating. He just looks at the right end of the handicap for me. Tony Martin won this race back in 2003 with a Xenophon, and I think this horse could be one that could win here and maybe go on to the county hurdle at Cheltenham. Obviously then, as you said, the big race on Sunday, lots of good action to look forward to. Hurricane Fly of course against Jetski and O'Connor in the big race, but firstly before that, for our third selection is in the 130 race on Sunday, and what a race this promises to be. The Frank Ward Solicitors Arkle Chase, 8 runners here, probably the best renewal of this race I can remember in recent years certainly, and a lot of really good horses here. The Logic won well at Christmas for Paul Nolan. He takes on Trifolium again, who finished 4 lengths back on that occasion. Those two obviously have big chances. Then you have Willie Mullins' Mazeltov, who won very well at Ferryhouse, beaten Maloney on that occasion, and Maloney went on at 1 in Naas, and of course you know that they renew rivalry as well, so both of those have a good chance. But I'm going to stick with Felix Younger from the Willie Mullins yard. I think this is a very, very good 2 mile chaser. Last time he was surprisingly beaten over 2.5 at Limerick at Christmas time. People are a bit critical of Paul Townend on that occasion, seemed to give him plenty to do, but I think maybe the very soft ground had something to do with it as well. He was only second to stable companion the Paparazzi Kid. Before that he'd won well at Navan when he beat Trifolium, and before that again he won well at Punchestown when he beat the Logic. I just think back to 2 miles in a furlong now has an outstanding chance, and while I wouldn't be taking a sharp price about him, I think he's the best horse in the race, and certainly you know I'm looking forward to seeing him run again. So he's our third selection, and you're going to go for one in the handicap chase as the fourth selection.
That's it. So our fourth selection, it's the 2 o'clock, the Sandyford handicap steeplechase, a 0-1-2-3, and my selection here is the Arthur Moore trained Treat Yourself. It has really taken to fences. You know, he's been second this last twice, and his last race actually he was only beaten about 1.25 lengths by Luke's Benefit. That day he had 2 of Sunday's rivals behind him in Golden Ticket and Character Actor. Now he went up £2 for that placing, but it's not prohibitive. You know, I don't think it should stop him, and I think he has a great chance. The one thing maybe is he'd like a bit more rain. He seems to go better on soft or worse, but with Davy Russell riding, I think he's in with a great chance, so I'll stick with Treat Yourself.
Well, as we were saying earlier, certainly the big race is the BHB Insurance Champion Hurdle, Miriam, and well, there's only 4 runners. We're not going to make a selection of this, but it's certainly worth talking about. You think Hurricane Fly can do the 19 grade ones again?
Oh, I think so. I mean, he's 10 now, but look at him, the class he uses. I think he has to. He's an outstanding chance. People of supporting our O'Connor obviously will be, you know, hopeful that he'll improve in his last run. And of course, a lot of people thought Tony Mackay got into trouble on jet ski at a vital point last time, so he obviously should finish closer. I agree with you. I think Hurricane Fly will win again, probably by not as far as this time, but I do think he's an outstanding horse and he's going to take all the beating. And while
you know, that is a race very much to savour. We can't tip any horse in it. So for our last selection then, I'm going to go on to the 5th race in the card, the 310, the Synergy Security Solutions Novice Hurdle, Grade 2 event over 2.5 miles. And the horse I'm going to go for here is a horse that tipped up in the Royal Bond Hurdle earlier on the year, and he kind of disappointed on that occasion. Horse called Gilt Shadow, trained by Stuart Crawford and ridden by his son Stephen. I do think he's a very, very good horse, but on that occasion he ran much too freely and weakened then to finish 8th to the Twillow Tank. I think over 2.5 he might be able to settle better, and I just think, you know, he's the highest rated horse in the race. I think he's going to be too good for a couple of very decent rivals that all won their last race and the last appearance. 2 of Gordon Elliott's there, Double Irish and Moonshine Lad. Of course, Willie Mullins had a strong entry and he relies on Show Reef. He won last time out at Leopardstown, and then you've Wounded Warrior from No Mead, who was a good winner at Navan last time. So really a cracking race this Grade 2. But I just think Gilt Shadow is a very, very good horse, and I hope he proves it here. That's our 5 selections. Of course, we have great racing in England as well, Miriam. See big bucks coming back.
I know, I can't wait to see him. And of course, Willie Mullins' Boston Bob is taking him on, so that looks like a great contest.
Absolutely. And then of course at Doncaster we have Annie Power going over 2 miles, hoping maybe end up in the champion hurdle yet at Cheltenham Festival. So lots to look forward to there. Yeah,
that's it. I wonder will he ever let them run against each other, Annie Power and Hurricane?
Well, this is the big question, of course. I think running them over 2 miles, obviously run her over 2 miles is to find out how effective she will be. I think she should win all right, there's no doubt about that. But you know, a lot to play for at this stage. And of course next weekend we have more good racing. Yeah,
of course we have Fairy House on Saturday, and then we have Punchestown on Sunday featuring the Tide Cottage Chase. So it looks to be great stuff going on again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you'd like any more information about what we've talked about today on this weekend's racing, you can check our website at goracing.ie, or you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Go Racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.